Hello. How you doing? How's it going? Hi. I'm doing another reading because I felt like it this morning, and I'm doing it just on a whim. Today's question is, how is your current chapter in your life going to end? What to expect? What are the results of your current chapter moving on to the next one? Like my previous readings, I drew a card to ask what would be the question, and the card I drew is the World card. So I'm going to use these 3 decks for each pile. I'm also going to draw a Monology Oracle card to sort of add more clarification in regards to this chapter conclusion that we're asking about, because and maybe even potentially your next chapter, for every ending there's a new beginning. So that's generally the energy of the World card. So these are 3 piles. We have for pile 1, we have Life is a Board Game, Tarot deck, and this is the World card. It's a map. Then we have the Ethereal Visions for pile 2. This is their World card, like the imagery down here. And the cutest is the Cat Tarot deck World card, with cat playing on the wreath. The similarities between the two, it's just uncanny. So take a deep breath, think about your current chapter right now and what to expect at the ending and what to expect in the next chapter. And we'll begin with chapters. We'll begin with pile 1. Okay, so see you in your piles. Okay. I'll put this over here. Okay. Hello, pile 1. How are you? How are you doing? I feel like I should cleanse it with this. Okay. But, hi. So I'm going to pull out 5 cards, and then I'm going to pull out an Oracle card, and that would be the message for how is this chapter in your current situation going to end. I love this deck. Life is a Board Game deck, or Life is like a board game, because it's just like, I like Monopoly, I like games. If you know me already, most of my decks are associated with some form of game or something, so this was just like, of course I was going to have this kind of. But let's pull out cards, and then I'll pull out an Oracle. So let me cut the deck. So how is pile 1's current chapter going to end? And moving on to the next chapter, we got ourselves High Priestess. Ooh. And the Star in reverse. Okay. We got Messenger of Impulse and Opportunity, but it came in reverse. The Lovers. Oh. And Messenger of Romance and Invitation, but reverse. Interesting. And next is, and then in the back of the deck we got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so sorry about that. High Priestess, Star in reverse, Knight of Swords in reverse, the Lovers, and the Knight of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles upright. Now let's get ourselves a Moonology Oracle to sort of just bring this message home. What is pile 1's message in regards to the ending of their current chapter? Ooh! No, stay still, stay still. 1 card. Ooh, okay. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Interesting. Well, that fits. end of a tough cycle approaches. Okay. I see with the High Priestess, the Star, the Lovers here surrounded by these two Knights in reverse. It's giving kind of like... it's giving divorce energy. Sorry. Lovers upright is a good choice, is a good decision. It's a couple that makes sense, that they come together against all odds. They live happily ever after, and then they do their journey together. But I see with these two reversals surrounding it, these two messengers, it's just not clicking. And there's a sense of like, how do I say... it's like, it's not working, whatever is going on here. The Star card is almost like saying in reverse, like, you kind of don't expect it to go anywhere. Yeah. And I feel like with Temperance in the bottom and the end of a tough cycle, I feel like this is an energy... No, it doesn't have to be relationship-wise. Just because it's the Lovers doesn't mean it's like about a couple energy. But this is an energy of like, you've been trying to make a certain circumstance, a certain situation that you were absolutely in love with to work. And no matter how hard you tried, it wasn't working. The Knight of Pentacles with the Temperance card means probably that your next steps is going to be to slowly pull off the gas and slowly back away from whatever this Lover's energy and sort of like focus on yourself. The High Priestess energy is talking about sort of like you kind of have this intuition that is like, this isn't working. Now, divorce is a little bit strong. I don't necessarily see it a divorce directly, but this could be a break. This could be like a sabbatical if it's about career. This could be a retreat of some sort that you're kind of like realizing the best thing for you to do right now, even if you do love it, because the Lovers is upright. So it does mean that there is a lot of love in this situation, but with these reversals around it, especially these two Knights, it just seems like whatever you do is not working. So this is the time to take a step back and focus on balancing yourself. This full moon in Capricorn, which is a ending of a tough cycle, does seem like doing this kind of maneuver of just like leaving kind of makes it... it's like this is the best choice, honestly, for the sake of both parties involved. How do I put it? This is like... this reminds me of a reading that I did earlier last time, that it's just sort of like this idea of like acknowledging the fact that no matter how hard you tried, it's not going to go beyond this current moment, and having the maturity and the strength to take a step back and just get away from it. That way you can focus on yourself, focus on your own healing, focus on your own issues, and kind of letting nature take its course in this situation. Now, is it going to end bad? No, actually, since the Lovers are upright, I could say that maybe the best thing for the relationship or the situation is to take a step back and sort of like take some distance. Take plenty of distance with that Knight of Pentacles upright, slow and steady. Could be like, maybe we should... no, I don't even say like see other people, but like take a separation, take a break in the relationship, because right now things are too tense, communication's not working, and with this sort of break, you're able to really hone on what the issue is and then really fix it. So, divorce is pretty strong. I know it says divorce energy, and I could see the divorce energy, but the real thing that makes me kind of hold back on the concept of that is this Lover's upright. If it was in reverse, I would be like, divorce. You already want to, but there's a sense of here, the connotation is like you don't want it to end, but you want to fix it, but you don't know how. So this idea is like, it's almost like saying, for the sake of the relationship, you gotta just let it end for a bit, which does make sense for an end of a cycle reading. So yeah, if I were to say what the next cycle is, it could be coming back together after some time, after some healing, after some learning, after some research, or starting a new relationship or a new position or a new job or a new endeavor. It's really up to you. After you've had this time, what's under it? A 9 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, that's more of the same thing. Not sticking it out, but more like going your separate ways and trying to focus on your own healing. So yeah, your current end chapter message is that you're going to take a break. You're going to break away from a certain situation and focus on yourself and heal. This is very much focusing yourself energy. Have I talked about these two? The High Priestess and the Star? High Priestess is your intuition, and the Star in reverse is about like, you just don't see the hope. You don't see the star. It's like, it's a cloudy day. You can't see it. So you're kind of taking a step back until the star appears. So I really wish you the best. I hope this works out. I hope this break really does what it needs to do. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, let me take a sip before the next one. Well, next is Ethereal Visions. We're doing pile 2. So, pile 2. Hi. How are you? We are doing your, how the end of your current chapter is going to be. How is it going to end? What's the messages you need to hear? How are you supposed to feel about it? What's your potential next chapter? All of that. This deck is being a little bit stubborn, so let's shuffle it until it stops being stubborn. There we go. There we go. So, okay, let's get our cards, and then we're going to get an Oracle deck. We got ourselves the 10 of Wands in reverse. That is very much an end of a cycle card, if I ever seen one. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. 3 of Cups in reverse. 7 of Cups. Okay. And the 3 of Pentacles. Ooh, those 2 3s. I mean, these 2 3 cards surrounding the 7 Cups is interesting. Back of the deck is the High Priestess, but in reverse. Okay. Now we're going to get an Oracle card to sort of like be the bow on the top of this little message, this present. But I already see it is a kind of like, okay, focus. What is the message about? And then we have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. So let's move everything down a bit. Okay. Okay. Pile 2. You are letting go of something. 10 of Wands is about letting go of a burden. You see the wands, they're going to fall off. They're falling out of this bag. 10 of Wands traditionally upright talks about taking whatever you've learned, your wands, and moving on to the next endeavor. It's like taking everything you gained in your process to the next chapter of your life. 10 of Wands in reverse, it's almost like saying like, no, leave it behind. I don't need this here. And I kind of see this with your Queen of Pentacles and then this scenario over here. Queen of Pentacles is like, I don't need this, honestly. She understands that wealth is going to follow her, so she doesn't need to take anything with her. She'll find new things. And I almost feel like what you're leaving behind is like just relationships that weren't working for you. Yeah. With the High Priestess, in reverse and the Queen of Swords under it, I almost feel like maybe you're gonna like ghost or cut cold turkey this kind of circumstance, like isolate almost a little bit. That was kind of similar to pile 1, a little bit of isolation, but this is a little bit more, because pile 1 was more centered around a specific relationship. Well, this is almost as like a lot of people in your life, your current friend group and your current work group. You're kind of like, I don't feel like they're resonating with me. I don't feel like we're having the same values. So you think the best thing for you currently is to just leave it behind and then do your own thing. The meditate and contemplate really fits with this High Priestess in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse, because High Priestess usually is like the intuitive person. She works for the Emperor and the Empress to get information. She's also technically the Fool. But in reverse, she's keeping her secrets. In reverse, she's not letting any information out. And the Queen of Swords is like the master of communications. So she knows what to say and what not to say. So this is giving me the energy of somebody who's like strategically ghosting people, strategically stepping away from their friend groups and stuff like that. And I think it's really with this Queen of Pentacles upright, it's like you're very much like, yes, I'm ready to cut ties. I'm ready to, like, maybe you're moving. There's a little bit of moving when it comes to the Ten of Wands. And you're kind of like wanting a new start, almost. The Seven of Cups is about like options. So it's almost as like, I'm ready to look for new options. You don't even know if they're going to be good or bad, but you kind of just don't care at this point. But there is this energy that you're kind of just like, done. You're done with whatever's going on here. Three of Cups in reverse and Three of Pentacles in reverse, it's just like groups of people that just do not collaborate well. Both of them mean the same thing, but the context is like Cups is about more friendship, more familiar, and then Pentacles is more like work-based. But regardless, they're all kind of like in the same boat for you, and you're kind of like, I don't need any of them. I don't think it's like an aggressive, like, cut them out of my life, because you got these two queens upright. But it's definitely this kind of energy of like, yeah, I've had enough. I'm gonna like start looking elsewhere for relationships and connections and stuff like that. Which is like good for you. Sometimes it's a very hard thing to come to terms with, like realizing that you've grown past your friends. But I'm kind of happy that you're willing to take the efforts, and you're kind of like, I'm willing to leave everything behind and start new. As to what is causing this, again, it could be like a new job, a move. It's coming to that realization that it's like, this is like giving the energy of like leaving your hometown almost, and realizing like there was nothing for me here. I'm going to leave it all here and then go to my own place and build a new foundation. So yeah, pretty straightforward, this reading. The meditate and contemplate is definitely like with the new moon in Pisces, definitely the isolation, definitely giving me the sense of like, I'm going to really contemplate what I've learned with these people. And what were the lessons I've learned, and then move on from that. But really, with the Ten of Wands, you're just like kind of like low-key gonna be like, but I'm gonna low-key unfriend them on my social medias, delete the numbers, really start with a blank slate. So pretty straightforward, pretty strong, pretty like, you're gonna do this. So I'm kind of like, wish I was this brave to move on to the next chapter of a life. But like, honestly, good on you. That's all I gotta say. This one's pretty straightforward. I like it. I really hope it resonated, and I wish you the best of luck in the next chapter of your life. Okay? See you guys next time. Bye. Okay. Last but not least, because it's cute, let me get some water too. Oh. Pile 3. Using the Cat Tarot. Cat Tarot. This one's super cute. I love this one. And we're going to be talking about the next chapter of your life. Hey, cats have 9 lives, so what's the next life you're going to be living, and how is this one going to end? Let's talk about it. What is it like? So, this deck is a little bit confusing to me sometimes, because it's kind of hard with the minor arcana to figure out, like, which one is it? Is it like a sword? Is it a pentacle? Because it's like, it's claws and kibbles and bowls and toys. But either way, let's see what they say. One more shuffle. Shuffle it good. The cats. Let's get some 5 cards and then an oracle. Pile 3s. We got ourselves the Hermit in reverse. Another good ending card of coming out of isolation. And look at the bag. Look at him. He's like in the bag and he's like, I gotta get out. We got ourselves, I believe this is the 8 of Pentacles. This is so cute. 8, no, not Pentacles, I'm sorry. 8 of Swords. It's the claws. This is the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah. This is the King of Pentacles, but in reverse. And then we have the 7 of Wands in reverse. Interesting bookends right here. Interesting. In the back of the deck, we got ourselves the 8 of Wands. I love these. I mean, if you love cats, this deck is fabulous. And let's see what oracle card is going to happen. How is this chapter going to end for pile 3? What do we need to know? What is important for pile 3? Let's hear it. Pile 3. A time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. This is a lot lighthearted compared to the other ones. The other ones had to do with the relationship. Well, this one is starting something new, but you're terrified about it. Yeah. This is giving me like new job energy. Or starting a new endeavor kind of energy. This is a lot more general. With the Hermit and the 8 and the 7 of Wands in reverse, both of these. Well, are they all in reverse? No, this guy over here is not reversed. But with these cards in reverse, it is giving me a sense of like kind of letting your barrier down, letting your guard down, and kind of doing something even though you have your hesitancy about it. Like you're kind of like, I don't know about this, but you're kind of like, well, if it's now or never. The 8 of Wands is always about like forward movement, action, going crazy almost a little bit with this guy. Like this guy's going for it. He's like, I'm going. He wants to run. But then again, we have these cards. The King of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 8 of Swords, sorry. Because it's like, I don't see the swords. But the swords are on, they're the claws, and they're on these little feet. And there's a sense of like, 5 of Pentacles is realizing, like, in reverse, talks about like, even though you feel like you're hopeless, it's this idea of like, well, what's the worst that can happen? I'm going to go inside. I'm going to share my food. What's the worst that's going to happen? And then that leads into the Six of Pentacles, which is about like charity, reciprocity, and stuff like that. So there is this sense of like, maybe for a while you were kind of like holding on to something, or maybe you were like kind of not ready to go out into the world, whether it be like you're a student or like you were just sort of like on a sabbatical or taking a break on something. And now this is the energy of like you stepping back into whatever it is you were kind of hiding from. Both of these cards talk about like, you know, you're done waiting, you're done holding things back, you're done keeping your guard up, you realize that like waiting around isn't going to stop anything, so you're going to take an action to move forward. That's what this like Eight of Wands is talking about. The Chariot in reverse, a little bit of like hesitancy in there. Look at him, he's just like chilling, he's chilling. Sorry, I love cats. And the Eight of Swords and the King of Pentacles in reverse is just saying your reservations. There's a sense of like not being good enough for it. King of Pentacles lets his insecurities guide him. You know, he's like the idea of like maybe you have the capabilities, but this is like imposter syndrome almost. Like if this is like getting a good position at a job, believing you're not good enough, and that kind of like belief kind of paints how you act in your job, making you not as good as you could be. And the Eight of Swords, of course, is like being tied up and confused and just like not sure what to do next. This guy is all caught up in his like toilet paper roll, and he's just like, that's all that matters to him. And then with the time to give and rather to take really just adds on to that energy, the Virgo energy of just like, I'm gonna start working on it now. I'm gonna start doing it. I'm done sitting back and letting things happen, and I'm gonna take an active approach. And this is about taking an active approach. Yeah. So it's sort of like, if I were to say what this kind of gives me, it's giving new job energy, it's giving graduation, it's giving new place, it's a lot of like sort of going into a new space, and or maybe not even going to the space, but more like making the decision to start it. Like, so this is also like made the decision to go job hunting, this is the decision to get a promotion. It's that kind of energy. This could also be like doing research. Maybe if it's not career, we could talk about spiritual. And it's this idea of like, I'm tired of like being a victim of my own worldview or my own consciousness, and I want to take an active approach to try to like understand who I am. And this is that active approach. There's fear and confusion in it, but at the end of the day, you realize this is probably for the best. So, yeah. This one's a little pretty straightforward. This is very courageous of you. I'm really happy that you're making this decision to start the next step of becoming a better person. I'm so proud of you. Sorry if I sound condescending. I just like doing that. And I'm really happy. Yeah, this is a pretty good reading. I really like it. So yeah, overall, pretty straightforward. You're on the right track. You're doing it. Way to go, way to go, way to go. And wish you the best. See you guys next time. Bye.